So you will have heard the news right now that there is a $1 billion XRP treasury company coming around the corner. Evernorth just announced today that they will be buying a massive amount of XRP on the open market as well. Now, I'm not going to get into the details of the actual buy and how that's going to work out. I want to run some models. I want to understand what this could have in terms of price impact, and more importantly, what does it look like for the broader XRP market, and I guess how bullish this is going to be. I've put a lot of work into this video, so do me a favor, give it a like if you enjoy it, and also don't forget, subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to bring you real value in these videos every single day, as this right now is the most important part of this entire bull market cycle. So with that being said, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high, hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. So it's no secret here on the channel, we've been talking about crypto treasury companies for ages, whether that's Solana, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and more importantly, XRP. We spoke specifically about the fact that there is over 10 XRP companies right now with over $11.5 billion of holdings currently on these treasury companies. But with the announcement today of Evernorth going public and announcing that they're going to be buying over $1 billion of gross proceeds specifically on the open market of XRP, well, this has certainly turned very bullish. XRP rallying about 5% on this news. So what does this really mean, and who's backing it? Well, Ripple, SBI Holdings, Pantera Capital are all big names that are looking to raise that $1 billion for Evernorth's XRP treasury. They've also entered business combinations agreements with Armando Acquisitions to become a publicly listed company. Evernorth's XRP treasury has attracted partnerships from all three of these big investors and could set out, and has ambitions by the way, to be the biggest XRP treasury company there is. Now, this isn't all. They are actually going to be using some of the net proceeds to primarily fund open market purchases of XRP and build the world's leading institutional XRP treasury, with a portion allocation to working capital, general corporate purposes, and transaction expenses. Basically, they are absolutely going big and in fact going all in on XRP. So you can't get pretty much more bullish than that. What does this actually mean, and how big would this purchase be? Well, if you think about it, $1 billion XRP right now is going to get you somewhere in the region around 433 million. So they could basically buy every single XRP right now that's on BitGet and every single XRP that's on Bybit, and well, still have a bit of change left over. Pretty interesting, the scale of what is about to happen with this Evernorth purchase. But what happens for the price? So I ran 3 models to understand what this impact could look like on the price of XRP. We have the aggressive, which basically is an all-out massive purchase in one lump sum. The base case, which is they, well, buy it over time and try and be as sensible as they can. And the conservative case, take the next 12 months to accumulate XRP and, well, basically don't pay as much as everyone else. So what does it look like in terms of their order side? You can see here on the chart, well, if they just went in with a big $1 billion buy, you could be looking at a potential 140% increase on the price. So when everyone tells us that XRP is never going to go to $10, if we saw an absolute euphoric bull run happen in Q4 and Evernorth came in with $1 billion straight flat buy and bought every single XRP on Bybit and BitGet, you could absolutely see a massive, massive rally. The reality is, any sensible business, you're probably looking at anywhere between 60 and 80% gains based on just those buying pressure that's going to come in. That's before you even get into the world that everyone's going to FOMO in, a new treasury company is going to start, and assuming that no other treasury companies try and follow suit, we could even get a list of new ETF treasury companies, everything else, over the course of the next couple of weeks as this starts to play out. And when you look at who is behind this particular treasury company, it starts to get pretty interesting. When you go from the CEO all the way down to some of the key advisors, by the way, Brad Garlinghouse and David Schwartz stepping in, well, it even becomes more bullish. For example, you've got the head of strategic capital at the Bank of America who managed over an $8 billion fund, legal chief with Leadership, Gemini, Amex, and Bitcoin Legal Defense Fund, a fintech builder who launched card payment rails used by Coinbase and Venmo, Ripple's CEO and David Schwartz, and they're not insiders. These are key people that have been in the business for ages, built massive businesses, and been part of huge banking sectors, capital markets, and everything else. This has to be pretty bullish. And the argument right now is maybe this has already started. 50 million XRP from Ripple co-founder Chris Larsen is already on its way to an unknown to disclose wallet. Now, we know the last time that Chris Larsen moved some specific big amounts of XRP, it was going to a, presidential candidate. We don't know what this one is. Is this part of maybe a payment structure? Maybe getting in early? I don't know. It's about $124 million and from his personal wallet. So we do need to be mindful of that. And by the way, this is all on the backdrop of big bullish data coming for CPI, and a big meeting on Wednesday with major names. Again, Eleanor Terrett, the US Democratic Senators, will be holding a meeting on cryptocurrency, specifically on digital assets. This could be, once again, a bullish momentum. So again, even this meeting that's coming up on Wednesday, you've got executives from Chainlink, Coinbase, Galaxy, Kraken, Uniswap, Circle, and guess what? Ripple, XRP. So we've got a big week ahead of us. But when you really break down this XRP treasury company, this could be the most significant and biggest momentum push we have seen yet for XRP. And well, all those people that told us we were going to zero may just have to eat a pretty big piece of XRP humble pie. Let me know what you think of all of that in the comments down below. If you enjoy this content and you enjoy me going through these key factors, smash up the like button. And if you want to become a channel member, get access to this content early, as well as all our market data and chart analysis, become a channel member, link in the description, or click the join button. You get access to our premium Discord absolutely for free with your membership. So with that being said, I'm out of here, but man, does XRP feel bullish right now. Take care. See you soon.